Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So in today's video, we're doing another makeup tutorial, but this time it is all drugstore products. You guys already know I love drugstore makeup, and I wanted to do another one of these videos featuring some new products. So I did a Ulta haul not too long ago, and some of those products that I shared in that video were products that I was really excited to try out. So we're going to be using those products in today's video along with some of my other drugstore favorites. But yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing me create this summery, bronzy, I don't even know what we're going to call this look, but if you guys are interested in seeing me create this look, then let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so as always, we're going to go ahead and moisturize the skin. I'm going to use the Loreal Hydra Moisturizer, one of my favorite ones from the drugstore. It's very thin, lightweight, and wears perfectly under your makeup. And then we are going to prime the skin. I've been using this Milani Prime Protect SPF primer lately, and I like this. It's not one of those SPFs that leaves that white ashy look on your face. It does look like it has like a creamy yellowy tint to it, but once you blend it out, it just soaks into the skin. Like, it doesn't leave your face looking ashy, because I know some SPFs will do that, but this one does not. Look, just look, see, it don't do that. I had someone say in one of my videos, it was in the comment, they mentioned that they wish I would say the price of each product as I show it, but to be honest, I cannot remember the prices off the top of my head. So what I'm gonna do is try to leave all the prices of each product down below in my description, and I'll also try to leave the links too so you guys can shop online, but I cannot remember every single price from every single product. So that's why I never say the prices in my videos. But now that our face is nice, moisturized, and primed, we're gonna go ahead and go to the brows. I do wanna go ahead and clean up my brows really quick with my little razor. I like to do this when my brows start to grow out, especially at the top. I'm starting to see some hairs coming up. Like, I just wanna make sure that my brows are nice and clean. It makes a huge difference when your brows are freshly waxed or arched. I don't ever get my brows waxed or arched anymore by anyone else. I just do it myself, and I always use this little eyebrow archer that I got from Walmart. No, this one's from Sephora. It's like $6, $7, but I usually get them from Walmart, but I did see these in Sephora a while back, and they were pretty cheap, so I went ahead and got them. It was like 3 of them in a pack. So this is pretty much what I do. I do have a full brow routine on my channel. I know it's been about a year, going on 2 years now since I uploaded it, but as far as how I groom my brows and how I fill them in, it's the same exact way as I do now. It's just that back then I would make my brows a little bit more thicker, but as far as like the steps that I took or the steps that I take in that video, it's the same thing that I do when I'm, you know, grooming and making my brows look more, you know, fresh. So the brow pencil that I've been using is this one by Milani. This is the Stay Put brow pencil in the shade Dark Brown. I've been using this one a lot recently because I threw it into my everyday makeup stash, and I'm actually almost out. But only thing I don't like about this is it's pretty thick. It's kind of similar to the Anastasia Brow Definer. You know how it's not skinny, but it's kind of wide, but this is pretty thick. And also it's a little on the waxy side. So it's really, really, what's the word? Waxy, I guess. So you have to have a really, really, really light hand when applying this brow product, because if you don't, a lot of the product is gonna go on your brows and it's gonna look clumpy. So I just make really, really soft, fast strokes like this, just to kind of trace my brows and then lightly fill them in a little bit like that. I don't put too much of the product right in this area. I just like to kind of lightly trace my brows and fill them in like that. And then I will finish up the brows in a few minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one, so I'll be right back. All right, so my brows are somewhat done. You guys know, if you watch my tutorials, you guys know that I always go back into my brows and even them out once my face is done, as far as like my foundation, my powder. So I'm not done with the brows. Anyway, going on to foundation, I'm gonna be using the two foundations that I've been using this month, which are e.l.f. and NYX Total Control Drops. So this one is a Flawless Finish foundation, and this one is in the shade Cocoa. Now Cocoa is a little bit lighter. I do have another shade in the shade Nutmeg, which I think is my perfect shade. But this one matches perfectly around this area of my face. I mean, it does match my face, but this one is just a little bit lighter than Nutmeg, and I feel like Nutmeg is perfect if I had to compare the two. But I'm gonna put a little bit of this. My pump broke, I don't know how, but I'm just gonna put a little bit of this right here on the areas of my face, just kind of in the middle, you know? And then I'm gonna take just a little bit of my NYX Total Control Drop. This one is in the shade Mocha. This is my summer shade. I could use this all over the face in the summertime when my skin is a little bit darker, but right now my skin hasn't gotten too dark yet. So I like to put a little bit of this around the perimeter of my face where I am a little bit darker. And then I'll just take both of these and just blend them together. This is my Sonia Kashuk sponge, which I love. You can get this from Target. I still get a lot of questions on what sponge I'm using, and again, this is by Sonia Kashuk, and it is from Target. All right, so those blended out really good. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I honestly didn't use a lot of the foundation, and look at the coverage. Like, this is nice. I don't even have to go on with another layer, but this is good enough. So I'm gonna go in with my concealers. I don't have any new concealers, but I'm using the ones that I've been using this month, which are Flower Beauty and Wet n Wild. So this one by Flower Beauty is in the shade Deep, and this is the darkest shade. I think I used both of these concealers in my last video, but lately I've been mixing the two, just putting a little bit under my eyes, chin, forehead, and then my nose. And then with the Wet n Wild concealer, this one, I know they came out with more shades. I just haven't gotten a chance to get another one, but this is the one that I've been using, and I don't have any complaints with it. This one is in the shade Dark Cocoa. It's just a little bit darker than the Flower Beauty concealer. So I just like to place a little bit of it like this, just to kind of mix the two together, because you guys know I like to mix product together because I'm just extra like that. And then I'm gonna take my other Sonia Kashuk sponge and just blend my concealer in. Sometimes when you feel like you put on too much concealer, like I feel like this is too much, I'll take the sponge that I use as my my foundation sponge and just kind of go around the sides like this, so it won't look like it's too much. Just around the edges so it won't look too crazy. And then lightly go over it like that. So that way, you know, it won't look like you applied way too much concealer, because I think I did a little, I went a little overboard with the concealer. But I'm gonna take the sponge that I use as my concealer sponge and just go over it again. This is just the side that I wasn't using, just to make sure it's all blended in. Okay, so we are going to be trying out a new setting powder by Collab, and I had one of my subscribers recommend this to me. She has been recommending this to me for the longest. It's just that I could never find it, and I finally found it. By the way, her name is, well, her username is Princess Toya, but she was recommending the Collab setting powder, and I was very curious because I did not know that they had setting powder. So I have the translucent one. This is the little jar that it comes in. I haven't opened it, so this will definitely be a first impression. So I'm excited. I always like to try out different setting powders and of course share them with you guys to let you guys know, you know, the tea. And I just messed up the top. This top is it kind of feels like a silicone. Has that silicone texture, and it has that silicone texture, and I just messed it all the way up with makeup. So this is gonna be dirty really, really fast. But I like to shake my powders like this just to get the product at the top, so it'll be easier for me to just dip my sponge in it. But this is going to be interesting. I'm gonna continue to use the sponge that I used to blend out my concealer, and let's just see if this is any good. I am nervous, girl. Nervous. I think they had other shades too, but I wanted to get the translucent just to be on the safe side, because, you know, you never know. Okay. So far I see that I don't have to use a lot of it because it is pretty brightening. I'm tapping the sponge on my hand so I won't get too much product on my face. Even when I do that, I still get a good bit of product, but it looks really good. It's not, like, it looks pretty even. Okay. Okay, so far it looks like it's setting everything really nice. And it doesn't seem like it's a matte setting powder. It's kind of like a nice, soft, velvety finish. It's not matte at all, so hopefully it doesn't start looking too, like, my makeup doesn't start peeking through to start, you know, looking shiny or anything. But hopefully this area of my face doesn't start looking shiny by the time that we are done doing our makeup, because that usually happens to me when I'm not using a matte setting powder. My face starts to get a little shiny in this area because this is where I'm oily. So hopefully this is going to hold up nice. Now let's set the rest of my face. I'm gonna use the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Powder. This is in the shade 355. And this is just going to go all over the face, pretty much everywhere where I did not set my concealer. So everywhere else on the face, this is what I'm going to apply. Let me find a brush. This is one of my favorite steps when applying makeup, is applying the pressed foundation powder, because it just makes everything come together. Like, after I put on my setting powder to set my concealer, my face starts to look a little crazy, a little light. But once I start putting on my foundation powder, it just evens out the face. And then once I'm done applying it around the perimeter, that's when I go back into the middle of my face. I don't dip the brush back into the product because I don't want too much of that product on the face, but we pretty much distributed all the product around the perimeter. And then after that, that is when I go back into the middle of my face just to make sure everything is even. All right, so this is what everything is looking like so far. The face looks really nice and even. Yeah, the powder is definitely not matte. I can tell right off the bat, this is not a matte setting powder. So if you have oily skin, I probably would not recommend this, but we're gonna see how it holds up. We're gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face, make sure everything is done before I actually give you guys a final review on it. And of course, I will let you guys know my thoughts on any of the new products that I'm sharing in today's video in another video, since I'm not doing a full day wear test. But by the time this video goes up, I'm pretty sure I would have already worn some of the products, and I can give you guys a better review on the products down below in the comments. Like, I'll do like a pinned comment and update you guys on some of the products that I'm using today. So since the face is pretty much done as far as like the foundation, the powder, I'm gonna go back into my brows and kind of even them out in the center right here. I take the spoolie on my brow pencil and just even that out, just to kind of make it look a little faded in this area so it won't look too choppy, because I hate that choppy look. Like, I hate that. So just to be on the safe side, I think what I'm gonna do is apply some more of that powder, just a little bit of it though, not too much, and kind of like I did in my recent video, just apply a little bit right here, just so once we start using our eyeshadow and stuff, it won't fall out and then I won't have a mess on my face. So I'm just gonna keep it right here, just kind of bake the face just a little bit. All right, so now that we look really cute, let's go ahead and bronze the face using this new Morphe bronzer in the shade Phenom, I think that's how you say it, but this is the Glamabronze bronzer, and I am really excited to try this out. This is a darker shade. This is what it looks like, and I have high hopes for this because I've seen this on darker skin tones. Like, I've seen reviews on it and it looked really good. So I'm gonna use my Fenty Beauty brush. This is the bronzer brush because I don't have any other one in front of me that's clean. Ooh, super pigmented. I barely tapped it in there. Okay, let's see. Oh yes, do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? That is, yes. Okay, it's very warm. Ooh, I like that. Yes. This is nice. Like, look how warm it is. I probably applied too much up there, but you don't even have to, like, this is a nice bronzer. I barely tapped my brush in it and it picked up a lot of the product, and look how warm, like, girl. I'm gonna take the powder brush that I used to apply my powder earlier and just tap in the middle of my forehead like this. So that way there won't be any harsh lines where I applied that bronzer. But girl, okay, so eyeshadow palette. I have the new ItsMyRayRay palette, and I have been dying to dip into this. The colors are gorgeous. Like, it's so pretty. So I really want to do a yellow eye, like something yellow. I want to play with these two yellows right here. I don't know what other color I want to use with it, but I'm really thinking about doing something yellow because I don't think I've ever done a yellow look on my channel. So let's find a brush to start out with. I'm gonna take the Morphe M505 brush, and I think we need to start out with a transition shade first. So what we're gonna do is go into the shade Brick, which is this orange down here. Yeah, let's start out with that shade first because I don't want to dip into any other palette to get a transition color, which I think this will be a pretty color for my transition. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Ooh, I like. Yes. I love a warm transition color. Like, this is perfection. But girl, I cannot get over this bronzer. Like, I think I like this one better than the Bronzer. I have the Morphe Bronzer in the shade what is it, Showmance. I think I like this one so much better than that. Okay, we're done with our transition. Now let's kind of deepen up the transition color. We're gonna go into the shade right beside the first shade that we use, which is in the shade Bark. I'm gonna stick with the same brush because you guys know I don't like to switch out my brushes. So we're just gonna kind of put this in the crease, more so the crease, not up towards the brow bone like we did the first one, but just to deepen it up a little bit. Putting Bark right there in the crease. Oh yeah. This is literally my favorite blending brush. I had to go out and get 2 more. I already own 2, but I went and got 2 more when Ulta sent me the 20% off coupon. I did share it in my Ulta haul if you guys missed it, but this has become my favorite blending brush. It's so fluffy. It's pretty big, but it gets the job done, girl. Like, this is it. Next, I want to go into this dark brown. So we're pretty much making a really deep, a really deep crease, and then we're gonna go into the yellow. I don't know how we're gonna apply the yellow, but we'll see. Let's just go in with the dark brown right here. This is in the shade Cacao, and I'm still using that same brush. I find that when I'm using the same brush, like if I'm trying to make the, you know, the shades blend together, it's so much better just to just stick with that same brush because it blends into those other shades beautifully. And I know some of you are like, oh, this is starting to look like your normal look, but just give me a second because we are going to spice this up. But I'm pretty much putting that dark chocolate shade right here on the outer part of the lid and working it into the crease like this. Just give me a second, girl, because I am not about to give y'all the same look that I have been giving you. Just give me a few minutes and we are going to really make this look pop. So what I want to do is take a little bit of the Flower Beauty concealer, and I'm just going to place a very, very, very small amount of that right here in the center of, not the center, but right here in the inner corner of the lid, and kind of drag it up a little bit like so. I'm gonna look up because people do this and I think it makes a difference. So I'm gonna look up just to kind of see where I can map out where we're gonna put the shadow. Do the same thing on this side. Look up. So that way I'll know where or how far I can blend the concealer. Okay, so now I'm gonna take, all right, I'm gonna take whatever brush I find in front of me that's clean, because this is really not the most, I can actually use my finger to do this, but I'm just gonna take a brush instead. This is it's an Anastasia brush, it's not drugstore, but I mean, it's clean. So what I'm gonna do is just tap that color like this, well, the concealer, just tap it in like that with the brush. You can definitely use your finger doing this, but I wanted to use a brush because I have nails and it's going to be hard for me to do that. But just blend out that concealer like this. So I'm going to pick up another brush that's clean, which is the Sigma brush. This one was in the Dream eyeshadow palette in collab with Beauty Bird, but I'm gonna take this side of the brush, which is the E580. So this is just a flat brush, but I'm gonna go into the yellow right here. This is in the shade Canary. This is the matte yellow. Gonna tap the brush in there. It does pick up a lot of the product, and I'm going to put this shade right here where we applied that concealer. I'm just gonna make sure I'm tapping it instead of rubbing it because it's still kind of tacky from that concealer. Ooh, yes, girl. It's getting out of focus when I do this, hold on. So that first layer didn't really give me enough color. Then I went in with another layer, and this is just really, really, really brightening it up. Really, really, really brightening it up some more. This is so pretty. Went in with one more layer. So this is my third time dipping my brush into the yellow, and it just brightened it up even more. I want to dip it in there one more time to give me that extra brightness. Girl, look at that. I think I'm gonna do something right here in the middle, and I might take the shimmery, like the metallic yellow right there, and place that right in the middle right there. I don't know, but let me go ahead and do this side like I did this side. So let me do that really quick, and then we are gonna figure out what we're gonna do next. I don't know if I wanna go in with Golden Girl. This is the gold metallic one. Like, I don't know if I wanna do that right there, or do I wanna go back into this orange right here? Because this orange is matte, and every time I play with metallics, I mess something up. So let's see. Ooh, I know what I want to do. I know what I want to do. I want to go into this orange right here. I'm going to take a clean brush for this because I don't want to mess this up. Let's take, you know what? Let's just open up a new Morphe brush. This is the Morphe, no, not that one. This one is, I don't know what this one is, but I'm just going to open it because it's clean and I need to use a new brush. This one is the Morphe 330. So it's more pointed, which is what I need. So I'm gonna go into this orange right here. This is the very first shade that we use as our transition color. And I am, let's not mess this up, please. Let's not mess this up. Okay, I'm gonna tap that orange right here in the middle where the yellow and the brown meets. Right there. Ooh, this is so pretty, y'all. Okay, I'm just tapping it. I'm not blending it because I don't want to mess anything up. I'm just tapping, tapping, tapping. Right there in the center. Can y'all see that? Look at how freaking pretty. Okay, tap, 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 and then I'm gonna take that brush that we used for the yellow, which was my little Sigma brush, dipping back into the yellow just a little bit and kind of tapping that where the orange meets, just to make sure it kind of blends together. Because I don't want them to, like, I don't want no harsh lines or anything like that. Just tapping. Tap, tap, tap. And then taking the orange again. Tap, tap, tap. And lightly flicking it, if that makes sense. Just flick it a little bit. And I'm being very, very light-handed with this. So that way we won't mess any of the yellow or anything like that up. Yes, that is so pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna take the Sigma brush, which again is the Sigma E58, which is a flat brush. I'm gonna take this and just wipe off all of the product that we had on our brush, which was the yellow. This is a color switcher. You can get this from Target. You can get it from Sephora. This one is by Sonia Kashuk, but I'm just gonna take it, wipe all of the product off, so that way there's nothing else on the brush. And I'm gonna dip this brush into the dark chocolate shade that we used right here at the end in the shade Cacao. And I'm gonna tap the top of the brush in it like this. Just tap, tap, tap. And then I'm gonna take it and start from the outer part of the lid where it does have that darker shade and just lightly pull it into the crease like this. Just lightly pull it in so you can kind of see it kind of like a cut crease. And I'm not gonna put it all the way over. I'm just gonna take it and lightly pull it right here in the center and stop right there. You see how that looks? Like, it looks like a legit cut crease, but I did it so much more different than a lot of people do. This is just because it's easier for me to do it like that, but see how it just kind of gives you the illusion of a cut crease. There you go. Now what I want to do is go into the metallic gold right here. And I'm taking this little e.l.f. pointy blending brush. You can get this from Target. It's very similar to my pointed brush, my pointed pencil shader brush from my brush set, which I know a lot of you already have. So this is it right here. If you guys have not checked out my brushes, I will have a link down below in the description. But it's very similar to that. It's just that this one is a little bit more clean. And I'm gonna dip into that gold metallic right there. And I just want to place it right here on the center of the tear ducts right here. I really like to do this part once I'm done with my lashes and mascara, so I think I'm gonna go over it again one more time so that way I can kind of drag it under here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this part up though really quick, like this. So yeah, right now I'm just gonna go ahead and pop on my lashes, which are my Ardell Remy Lashes Style 778. I'll pop these on, pop on a little bit of mascara, and I'll be right back. All right, so we finally got our lashes on, and I also went ahead and used the Covergirl Exhibitionist mascara for the lower lashes and also my upper lashes as well, just to kind of blend them in with my fake lashes. But now let's, ooh, hold on, ooh. Okay, now let's go back into the It's My Ray Ray palette and pick up that gold shade right here in the middle. And I'm gonna stick with that same little e.l.f. brush that we were using and just place it right here in the center of the tear duct and kind of drag it a little bit under, or, you know, kind of down here, like so. I have the L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted Blush in the shade Charming. Now, I don't even know if this is going to show up on me, but this apparently is the darkest shade, and I just wanted to try it out since I've never tried this one out before, and I didn't know there was a mirror at the bottom. You know, sometimes they usually have those little white pads, but this has a mirror. Okay. I need to clean my brushes really, really bad. I'm gonna use this Joa Beauty powder brush. This is the one that I always use my blushes with, and I want to make sure most of that product is off the brush, so that way we can see if this is going to work for me. So let's try this out. Okay, you can see it. Can you see that? I can see it. It's a really nice flush of peach. It's pretty. Okay. I want to spray my face with the Morphe Continuous Mist. Just spray it just a little bit, not too much. And then for highlighter, I'm going to take this one by Wet n Wild. I haven't used this one in a long time. This one is in the shade Awesome Blossom. And I want to say this is one of their newer shades. I just haven't pulled it out and used it since I got it. But this is a pretty, pretty gold highlighter. We're just going to highlight. Ooh, look at that, girls. Ooh, this is so pretty. Pretty and glowy. Like, I have that sun-kissed bronze look going on. Like, this is a summer look, girl. This is it. Some on the center of my nose. And then, of course, on my forehead. I like to glow up there, even though I don't need to because I have a huge forehead, but it is about to be the summertime, and I'm giving you guys a summer bronzy golden look. So I think I'm gonna put on a gloss, but first I'm gonna line the lips with the ColourPop BFF3 lip liner, and this is just a soft brown liner. Then I'm gonna take my Revlon lipstick in the shade Superstar Brown and put this all over the lips. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of this Milani Keep It Full Lip Plumper in the shade Nude Shimmer. I have another one that I like better than this one, but it's in my purse and I didn't want to get it out. I think it's called something gold. I forgot what it's called, but it's my favorite one. But I'm gonna put a little bit of this on top. It pretty much looks clear, but the other one I have is more of a gold shimmer and it's so pretty. But I mean, this is still pretty. It's still cute. Okay. All right, you guys, so this is it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this summery, glowy, bronzy makeup tutorial. Some of the products that I shared in today's video, well, the new products, my favorite one so far would have to be the bronzer and the eyeshadow palette. Like I said earlier, I really was second guessing this bronzer because I did not know it would work for deeper skin complexions. But once I started watching more reviews, specifically Jordan Elise, I think her channel is called This Is Black Beauty. She did a review on this, and when she swatched it on her skin, I was immediately sold. So I went ahead and got it for myself, and I'm really liking this bronzer, you guys. I love it so much more than the Brontour by Morphe. So this will be getting a lot of use for the summer. And then the eyeshadow palette, the It's My Ray Ray palette, love, 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 love. I love how the colors, for one, like the colors in here are gorgeous. I love how the yellow worked. It was not skippy, it was not patchy or anything like that. Even though I did have to go on with a couple of more layers just to get it to show up even more, it's still really nice. And I also like how the mattes work down here, the ones that I use as my transition color. So yeah, so far this is definitely worth it. And another new product I had was this, the setting powder. Now, I don't know how I feel about this yet. I do notice that this isn't like a mattifying setting powder, and I prefer to use matte setting powders on my skin because I tend to get oily in this area. So I want to make sure that something like a powder that I'm using is matte. It kind of gives you that natural velvet finish. If you are into those types of powders, I'm pretty sure you will like this. So I don't know if you guys can see, it's starting to kind of shine in this area. It's not as matte as I like it. Like, my favorite powders are the Too Faced Peach Perfect, the Marc Jacobs Coconut Powder, I forgot what it's called. It's the Coconut Setting Powder, and the Pretty Vulgar Translucent Powder, and what else? The Chanel Translucent Powder. So those are my 4 top favorite setting powders. But this one, I think I'll start to use it a little bit more just to get a final, you know, like a final review for you guys on this, since I just applied it on the face. I have not worn this face all day. But I think this is a really nice powder for those of you who have dry under eyes. This will be perfect for you. And even those of you who don't really care for matte setting powders, this will be good too. But again, I will continue to use this just to get my final thoughts together on it. And I will update you guys on this product in another video. Another new product that I used was the blush. So the L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted Blush. Really, I was surprised about this. I thought this was not going to show up on my skin, but you can see it does show up, and it's just a really nice soft flush of peach on the cheeks. So this is really, really pretty. And again, this is in the shade Charming, which is a darker one. But I think those were the only brand new products that I used in today's video. I know some other products I haven't really used in a while, so I wanted to feature those in today's video. But again, I'll have all of the products linked down below if you guys are interested in checking out anything that I shared in today's video. But I think that is all that I have. If you guys have tried out anything in today's video that I shared, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you like the product. Let me know if you don't like the product. And I am doing a giveaway on my channel for this whole year. So every single month I'm giving away 1 box to 1 person. I'll go ahead and leave a little clip right here so that way you guys can see all of the goodies that I have for this month. And it's super, super easy to enter. All you have to do is make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you thumbs up the video, as well as leave a comment down below in the comment section. And I don't want the comments to be anything about the giveaway. Let's just talk about all of the products that I shared in today's video, if you tried them out, or even if there's any drugstore products that you think I have not tried out yet. If there's anything that you love, let me know, because you guys know I love to try out your favorites and all of that. So yeah, I think that is all that I have for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you thumbs it up. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.